Hello ladies and welcome to the Beauty Shaman. So today I'm going to talk about age spots. Ooh, it's what happens as we get older and all of a sudden you look in the mirror and it's like, what the bleep, right? Like what's going on? I'm suddenly like getting them on my hands, I'm getting them on my face. So I'm going to address this today. And obviously do what feels best to you. There's lots of different remedies out there or things you can do. So I'm going to just like leave it to you, but I'll give you my direction on this. So basically what I feel is part of aging is wrinkles, lines, age spots, everything going south. And I think that process is very hard for us, right? Especially if you're like me and you're really into all of this, it's very challenging. So one of the things I do every day is I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. And I love myself through the aging process. I think this is super key. I am going to talk about what to do about age spots, don't worry, but I do want to kind of plug this first off because I am not the person who's going to sit and go, don't age, try not to age, like all this resistance around it, which our society really pushes. I do not push that. I feel like love and honor yourself as you age and value it because there's nothing you can do about it, A. And then B, 90% of how you look is how you feel. So feel great, love yourself through it. All right, so that's my plug. But okay, secondly, if you do want to minimize them, there are whitening creams that you can use. I would check their ingredients. Some of their ingredients can be highly toxic. Be very careful with that, but sometimes it can be helpful. I don't use those, but I do feel like they help a lot of women if you want to go that route. There's other things you can do that I think are less toxic that I'm going to recommend today. Okay, so first of all, with age spots, okay, I definitely have some. You can see them through here. Okay, some of you have more, and I have women I make up who have, much more pronounced age spots. So my feeling is minimize rather than try to cover. And the reason for that is if we try to cover it too much, it just makes them stand out even more. So my idea is to minimize. Now, how can we minimize them? Okay, well, skincare is a huge part of that. So get a really good skincare regime. Facials really help because they, microdermabrasion can help to minimize them. It's a long-term thing. So I think over the last year, my skin has improved probably like 80% just through using facials, monthly facials, microdermabrasion and acid peels, things like that are really going to minimize those kinds of things. If you don't want to go that route, you can also do it yourself, which I also do myself, is by using retinol. So this is a retinol gel that I love and recommend. I sell this brand. It's called Truth Treatments. I love this brand. There's very minimal ingredients. It's non-toxic and it works. This is actually a 5% retinol, which is super high. Retinol generally is like, 0.5 or, maybe you'll get a 1% if you're lucky, but 5% is really, really, really high. So you have to be careful how much of this you use. This is my own personal one, so you'll see it's almost gone. But you just use a very small amount of it. And do this, if you're going to use a high amount, this 5%, I would use it, see what happens, give it a week, and then use it twice a week at the most. If you have sensitive skin or very thin skin, I don't recommend a 5%. I think go lower. I also sell a 1%, which is also very good, but it's more for sensitive skin or thin skin. You can also even get less than that, on the market. I'm just going to talk about what I'm knowledgeable about. But retinol is super helpful. It's vitamin A, and that's going to help to slough this off. What you can do is apply this, but especially apply it to your age spots. So in other words, I would put it on your finger and just kind of tap it in to the age spots that you want to really work on, okay? But be really careful because if you put on too much or too frequently, it can cause irritation. You can get redness, peeling. Peeling is not bad. That means it's actually sloughing off. So don't go crazy with this, okay? So just kind of let your skin get used to it. I use it twice a week, the 5%. I don't have a reaction to it personally. I also, like I said, get facial, so that helps. But that will help over time to really minimize your age spots. So I recommend that. Okay, as far as covering them, take your foundation, still use a light to medium coverage foundation. Don't go, as so many women do, and get the really thick foundations because it's just too much for the rest of your face, especially around your eyes when you have lines and wrinkles and you're going to use all this foundation. It just makes them look worse. Don't do it. Don't try to hide wrinkles. Just try to minimize them through skincare and facials and things like that, okay? So you take your foundation, your liquid foundation, and apply it all over your face, and then let it dry for a second, and then take a little bit more, again with your ring finger, and tap it in a bit more around the areas you want to cover. Go back over it a couple times is what I recommend with foundation, okay? Then grab your concealer, whatever brand of concealer. I've got like 5 different brands here. I'll just hold this one up because it's in front of me, but it's the Osmosis brand. So take that, again, with your soft ring finger, after you go around your eyes, and just tap it into this, into the age spots, okay? Or wherever you want to put it. Tap it in and blend it into the rest of your skin. Now, if you rub, you're just going to rub it off. So that's why I recommend you take a very small amount and you tap it and even roll it. Just roll it. You know, it's going to take you a couple minutes to do this. Roll it in gently, like this. And then if you roll it and you tap it, you're going to tap out the edges as opposed to wiping. If you wipe it, again, you wipe it off, not good. You can actually wipe around your eyes because you don't want a super thick amount. If you want a thicker amount, then yeah, go ahead and just roll it because that's going to work. But I do think taking mostly your foundation and then whatever concealer you need to use to do that. Now, if that's not enough for you, I definitely recommend going and getting some Dermablend. Okay, so this is my Dermablend I use on my kit. So it's kind of, as you can see, used. But this is very thick. Now, I use this to cover tattoos, to cover scars, things like that. So this is that one step more. But Dermablend is a great brand. It definitely works. And what you would do is take your personal, whatever color you end up getting for yourself, and you roll your finger in it, and then you press it. Same idea, but this is so much thicker. You need a very, very small amount, and you really have to work with it, but it definitely covers. So Dermablend is definitely the way to go if you want to go. If you really have dark spots that you are super self-conscious about, I would go that route. But I would try the other methods first, and I would do a long-term plan of retinol, Retin-A, a higher percentage, and then facials, things like that, so like I recommended. So I hope this is helpful with age spots. Again, love your body, love yourself through aging. Do not take the negative stance that aging is bad. It is not bad. It is a part of life. It's fabulous. So this is the Beauty Shaman giving you love today about loving your age spots. Thank you for watching.